Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Casey and I cover Irish true crime here on Dark Vaults. If you are enjoying the channel, please feel free to subscribe, like, comment and share with your other true crime friends. So we're going to get straight into today's case, which is an unsolved murder. So on the 5th of August 2008 at around 3:30 p.m, a pensioner named Mick was walking along Military Road at the Phoenix Park in Dublin. He came across another pensioner that he knew from the area, just from, when they're out for their walks. And as they were kind of chatting, something caught his eye over by a wooded area. As he got closer, he realised that it was a body and he knew something wasn't right. So he actually walked to a nearby house, and the woman in the house, Anne O'Shea, would call the garda. And then Anne and Mick would go back, is what I gather. But the other man didn't hang around, and then he also has never come forward, so he's never been identified because Mick obviously doesn't know him as your man in the park. He didn't know him. When the Gardaí arrived, they went over. So there was the body of a woman, and around her there was some plastic bags, I think with belongings, and the woman was under a duvet. When they lifted the duvet, they knew the woman was dead, but they thought that maybe she had died in her sleep, or from the cold or something. It was only then when they lifted her clothes, they could see stab wounds. So basically, because the Garda headquarters are in the Phoenix Park, the Garda doctor and stuff was able to come pretty quick to announce, to pronounce the death. The Garda doctor is who lifted up the top to see the stab wounds. And at the inquest later, the doctor would say that when they lifted it, you could see the intestines and stuff protruding. So it was quite a vicious stabbing. She had been stabbed 8 times in the neck and chest, and the stab wounds would pierce her heart, one of her lungs and one of her kidneys. The cause of death was internal trauma by multiple stab wounds. It was determined that she had died between 24 to 48 hours before being found. There were no defensive wounds on her hands or anything like that, so it is believed that maybe two men, were involved and that one of them held her down while she was stabbed. The woman was 4'10", of medium build with short brown hair. So at first they didn't know who the woman was, and so they had to release a picture of her and of her belongings, in the bags, and eventually it would be realised then that it was 50-year-old Eugenia Bratis. I hope I'm saying that right. And so on the 18th of August, it was confirmed by DNA, and she was from Romania. So she had actually come to Ireland in 2007, and essentially she would be begging, and she would live between here and in Romania, where she was from. And she was from Timisoara, I hope I'm saying that right, in Romania. And there her husband and 2 adult children still lived. So I think she kind of would come here, beg, and then bring money home to them. It was said that they were living in, quote, poor conditions. There was 1,000 lines of inquiry followed up. One of the theories that they looked at was that robbery was a motive. If she had, been begging, and I don't know, there are some sources that this is a very lucrative thing for beggars to do. Could someone have known that she would have had, I don't know, €50, €100, a couple of €100 on her, and that they decided to rob her? And I don't know, why not rob her then? She's a 50-year-old woman, she doesn't look that strong. Could you not have just taken it? And then I suppose it would be, was it someone that she knew and that they had to kill her so that she couldn't report them? There were no signs of sexual assault. Over the years, there would be several appeals, for anybody else to come forward. For the man, the other man, so he is described as in his late 60s or 70s, bald and average build. It's just weird, for you not to have come forward. I mean, I don't think they necessarily think he's anything to do with it, but it's just odd that he didn't come forward. On the 4th of November 2009, 2 Romanian men were arrested. One was 36 and one was only 18. Now, this could tie into the whole, if it was someone she knew, was it other beggars that, they obviously kind of had a bit of camaraderie because they were all Romanian. Did they know her more personally than that? I don't know, but yeah, I kind of maybe lean to it could have been that they just knew, maybe because she was an older woman as well, maybe she'd get more money begging than they would as young men. So could it be then that they knew It could have even been that she obviously, especially if she saves the money, like if she's going home to Romania every so often, I would be interested to know, was she planning to go home soon, and like could she have had a lump sum? It doesn't say how often she goes back, it just says that she kind of goes between Ireland and Romania. I kind of guess that maybe she could have had an actual big lump sum that she was planning to bring back with her, and they knew this, and then that's why they killed her. Because I kind of feel like if it was just someone robbing you to rob you, would you, like even then, like would you go through all that? Like it's quite a brutal crime and a brutal stabbing. If it was someone who didn't know her, maybe they wouldn't need to go to those extents. There has not been much in this case. There has been appeals over the years, but there's just not really a lot on it. They're obviously still appealing for that man to come forward, but again, like it wasn't that man because she had died like at least 24 hours before that. This one is kind of short. The unsolved ones always are, and I hate it because I feel like then it's kind of lots of short videos and they're not as good or whatever, but they're still, the people in them are still valuable. They still deserve to get justice, you know. So I will put up the information for anyone who might happen to know something. Yeah, let me know what you think of this case. Do you think the robbery is kind of what you would be leaning towards as well? Could it have been a racist attack? What do you think? I really just think that the only kind of option is a robbery. Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna jibber jabber. We will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.